Duplicate success. Follow patterns of success. Follow proven successful formulas of success. Success can be duplicated.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
But I wanted to give you some information because a lot of people watching are interested in making more money. And if you went through any of my training, like Your Wish is Your Command, I talk about the training balance scale. And what that means is, if you're going to be going through some and getting some training on how to improve the quality of your life, or training on how to make money, or training on how to manifest stuff, or training on anything, there's a balance of where the training should come from, or what type of training you should engage in. On one side of the training balance scale is technique, skills, methods, strategies, techniques, the action steps, the things you specifically do, the how-to. Most people, when they want to learn something, they spend all their time training on the how-to, the technique, the method, the strategy. But they don't spend a lot of time on the other side of the training balance scale, which is the attitude, the motivation, the inspiration, the way of thinking, your vibration, attitude, thoughts. Thoughts are things. You're not trained on how do rich people or successful people think. How do rich people vibrate? How do rich people, what type of attitude does a rich person have? Remember, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude in life. In other words, it's your attitude, the way you think, the way you vibrate, not your aptitude, what you know, the skills, the techniques. The attitude is more important than the skills and techniques, because without the right vibration, without the right attitude, if you apply and do all the right things, you're still not going to get great results. But if you have the right attitude and the right vibration and you're vibrating properly, then even if you do the wrong things, if you don't use the wrong technique, you're still going to get spectacular results. This is kind of a magical truism in marketing as well. I learned the secrets of mass communication, the secrets of marketing, the secrets of selling, the secrets of getting people to make a positive decision or say yes to an offer and succeed in business from my training in the Brotherhood. And I teach that in the Success Mastery course and the Science of Personal Mastery course and all the other things that I have available. There are some specific communication techniques that I do employ. Even when I didn't employ them properly, because I had the right attitude or vibration, they worked. So let me tell you a story. Because I was called the Infomercial King, I produced this one particular infomercial, TV infomercial. It's a 28-minute and 30-second long-form show that was designed to sell a product and get people to say, yes, I want to buy that product, and they had to call an 800 number in order to buy it. That's an infomercial. Very big in the 90s. Started in 1989. When I started, actually started in 1984, but it really exploded in the 90s. In these infomercials, there was a lot of companies out there. One of them was publicly traded, called National Media Corporation. Sylvester Stallone, I believe, was a big investor in that company. That went bankrupt. There was Synchronol, which became Regal in New York. They went bankrupt. There were so many companies that went bankrupt because they didn't understand what they were even doing that created their initial success. And initially, what created their success was there was a person who they put on TV who looked in the camera and told people about their product, whether it was a handheld mixer. There was one of the first infomercials that Quantum Marketing did with Kevin Harrington called the Daily Mixer. And the woman who presented it was just obsessed with this. She told everybody about it because to her it was the greatest kitchen gadget in the world. Saved time. It was easy to clean. It created phenomenal results. And when she went on, she just looked at the camera and told people how great it was and demonstrated it, and it sold $100 million worth of mixers. When I went on and sold Mega Memory, I was passionate about it. I saw the results people got in their lives when they went through the Mega Memory course. It improved their brain function, made them better students, gave them more self-confidence and self-esteem, improved the quality of life and everything, made them succeed easier in every endeavor. So I was very passionate about it, and we sold $450 million worth of Mega Memory courses. When other people would get on and talk, Carlton Sheets would talk about how to buy real estate with no money down. Well, he had made $50 million buying real estate with little or no money down, and then he taught courses on how to do it because he did it, and he wanted other people to do it too. And it was that passion that created the success. Tony Robbins went out with Personal Power. That was produced by a company called Guthy-Renker Corporation, and he talked about the training that he got with Jim Rohn and with John Grinder, primarily one of the co-founders of neurolinguistic programming, and how that training really transformed his life. And then he was now teaching others motivation and inspiration and powerful, very effective techniques in a very outstanding way. And when he would look in the camera and tell people about it, people bought, and it did extremely well. And so a lot of these companies had one of those guys, right? And then they thought, oh, we can produce tons of infomercials. And they got investors, and they started producing infomercials, and then it was failure, 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 failure. And they didn't understand why. Guthy-Renker Corporation, which was one of the largest companies in the world, they did Tony Robbins' product, looked at one of my infomercials and said, we're going to do a knockoff. We're going to do a product that's pretty much exactly the same that Kevin's selling. We're going to take his infomercial. We're going to build a set that look exactly like it. We're going to hire two people, one that looks like Kevin and one that looks like the guy who was interviewing Kevin. We're going to take Kevin's, we're going to transcribe everything that went in that show. We're going to look at the camera angles and lighting, and we're going to duplicate the show. We're just going to duplicate it. We're just going to copy it 100%. And Bill Guthy, or it was either Bill or Greg Renker, one of those two, they told me that they did this. And the show failed. And they couldn't believe it. They said, how is it possible that we duplicated, virtually copied Kevin's show, but it's failing, but Kevin's show works and it's making him a fortune? How is that possible? And they came to me and they told me what they had done. Not embarrassed about it. We have no issues in that industry. And they said, but they were scratching their head. And they said, why didn't it work? And I says, well, because you missed the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient was me. I wasn't in the show. Really, it wasn't me. It was a person who was selling a product that they 100% believed in. That's what was missing. You hired an actor, and that actor was acting like he believed in the product, but he didn't believe in the product. What was missing was the energy. So that's the most important thing in selling. I wasn't trying to sell my product, Mega Memory. I was trying to improve the quality of people's lives. There's a difference. A big difference. Think about that. The technique that I used in the selling, there are many. One is facts tell, stories sell. I'm going to show you now the third TV infomercial for Mega Memory. The first one I showed previous, and if you haven't seen it, you're here at the Kevin Trudeau Show channel, either on YouTube or Rumble or Apple or Spotify or one of the other platforms. You can scroll back, and I showed the very first infomercial I did in 1989. The second one I did was with Andy Anderson. We're trying to find that show. That it's missing. We can't even find it. We're going to try to find it. The third infomercial, the third Mega Memory infomercial, was a show that I produced. I built a set to look like a nighttime talk show. And the host of this fictitious nighttime talk show was Danny Bonaducci. So I built a set to look like a nighttime live talk show with a band and a host, and the host was going to interview me. So it was like I was coming out on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon or something. or one of those nighttime talk shows. So this was the Danny Bonaducci show. So he came out. It was a band. He gave a little monologue. He sits down at the desk, and then it brings me out, and then we do a live unscripted interview. And then I sell the course, and it did, this particular infomercial, I don't know how many hundreds of millions it sold, but it was just ridiculous, the success of it. But if you watch this infomercial, or if you watch any of my infomercials, you're going to learn the secrets of marketing. I just got a phone call with a guy, which today, he's really regarded. Matter of fact, he just telegrammed me we're going to have a meeting next week. He's regarded today as one of, if not the number one copywriter in the world. He's a young guy and ridiculously successful. His copy is producing ridiculous results. He is spectacular and amazingly talented person. And he texted me and he said, "Oh my God, this is surreal." He said, "I watched all of your infomercials. I transcribed them. I learned how to sell and market by emulating what you did. I duplicated your success, and my success is beyond my wildest dreams." Duplicate success. Follow patterns of success. Follow proven successful formulas of success. Success can be duplicated. Most people try to reinvent the wheel. Duplicate the patterns of success that have been out there.
Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.